Hola, I am Tim, live from EcoCamp Patagonia, the first geodesic hotel on the planet. We are here in one of the most beautiful places on earth, Torres del Paine National Park in southern Chile. And believe me, places as beautiful and wild as here are also very fragile.
EcoCamp was built in 2001, but it's not the few tiny domes with no electricity it was at the beginning anymore. Now it's more like an alternative hotel or eco-lodge with 33 domes for the guests. That's cozy, but that's also became pretty well known around the world for its commitment to sustainable travel.
Wait! What's sustainable? You may define it as a way to develop while caring for the future of the planet and the people, but at EcoCamp we like to be a bit more specific and we talk about the 4 C's. With the 4 C's, EcoCamp is committed to caring for environment conservation, embracing local culture, supporting the local community, and being a viable business that also cares for the planet. You wanna know how?
Because like us, the founders of EcoCamp, Jerko Ivelic, Nani Astorga and Javier Lopez, love nature, they've been working hard to use its resources in a renewable way. About 75% of the energy here is provided by water, up to 20% is provided by the sun, and less than 5% is generated by a non-renewable source of energy
like fossil fuels. We do have a gas generator, but we use it only in case of emergency.
EcoCamp has a water intake on a nearby river, and this water eventually enters a micro hydroturbine at 10 liters per second. With the 4 turbines we've got in our energy room, we can deliver up to 3500 watts per hour. Then, we use an inverter to switch from 24 volts DC in the battery bank to 220 AC, the standard voltage in Chile. For the photovoltaic panels, they do a pretty cool job in summer with up to 17 hours of daylight a day. They're also connected to the battery bank and collect the extra energy needed to power the whole hotel, including the energy-intensive fridges in the kitchen.
There are also solar panels connected to thermosiphons, that acts like a boiler to heat up the showers. That's a good way to spare a big amount of gas every year. Careful though, having a renewable source of energy doesn't mean we can live like kings.
Hairdryers and electric water heaters are not allowed, and Patagonian winds are the best hairdryers anyway. As a matter of fact, using only one hairdryer would be equivalent to 75% of the energy available at EcoCamp. And we work hard to save energy. Domes are great for that because with their huge windows, they capture lots of natural light.
In fact, domes are just great. You know why? No concrete was used to build them, so we can remove them without leaving any footprint. Actually, all of them were built on wooden platforms and they're connected by wooden walkways so we don't disrupt the local fauna and cause erosion. And they're green, which fits quite well in this insane landscape, don't you think? For insulation we use Visitor, basically a layer of polyester fibers. It maintains the heat pretty well even at night, but when it's cold outside, and believe me, it happens in the mountains. We heat the domes with wood fire like in the street domes and eventually propane gas like in the superior domes. I know this may not sound very eco-friendly, but we're improving and are currently working with pellet stoves in our community domes, which uses recycled wood and have a lower footprint. Nothing is sustainable without a careful use of water, and much more than energy, water here, one of the purest in the world, must remain as pure as possible when it flows through EcoCamp. And the main issue when it comes to water in national parks is the toilets. Here, it's Sweet and Superior domes, which have private bathroom, has its own composting toilet. Same thing in the shared bathroom used for the standard domes, where you'll find 6 composting chambers, not to mention the solar panels we use to ventilate them. The bacteria that processes the compost is mixed every day with wood chips. Then it's kept heated to keep the compost process active. At the end of the season, compost is used for soil regeneration. See, it can be good for the environment. At EcoCamp we understood it and we moved one step forward. This is a biofiltration dome, where black waters that come from the staff area are purified and given back to nature. Waters first go through a filtration system where largest inorganic solids are retained. Then earthworms do their job in this tank, where the bacteria they produce through their castings, or worm poo, works hard to dissolve the contaminants. Water then filtered through a system of layers including sawdust and gravel before ending its way into nature. You could even drink it. As for solid waste, again it serves for soil regeneration. Grey water, like the water that comes from the kitchen, is treated separately and filtered to remove contaminants like oil. But because we want to make sure water is clean, EcoCamp provides biodegradable products to everyone here. The other huge issue in national parks is waste. EcoCamp works hard to separate its waste, and the team is trained to do so. There are still lots of efforts to do in Patagonia, and the non-organic waste must travel at least 300 kilometers to be treated in Punta Arenas.
But we recycle whatever we can, from cardboard and plastics to glass and batteries. Organic waste is collected to produce compost that's used for the soil, and we want to use it to grow vegetables when our greenhouse is ready.
Sustainable food is a very fun part of EcoCamp. Good news is that the cuisine staff has been working hard to give birth to a delicious Chilean fusion food. Same thing in the bar with unexpected Patagonian cocktails. Both our chef and mixologist use local products they simply find in the surroundings. But you can't always get what you want, especially in Patagonia, and that's a great opportunity to support the locals. In Puerto Natales, 2 hours away from EcoCamp, there are some passionate farmers who do a great job growing organic fruits and vegetables. EcoCamp supports a couple of family businesses working with delicious products, so you can't say your food is not fresh even if you're in the middle of nowhere. Actually, Puerto Natales is home to lots of families supported by EcoCamp, people who do the laundry service without using any dryer, meaning they're more eco-friendly, or sell us bread for the lunchbox, fish and meat for instance. But the commitment to community doesn't stop here. EcoCamp supports a nearby school while inviting local students so they can learn about the sustainability of the place. By the way, EcoCamp also invites children from a children's home every year so they can discover some new stuff in a place they always find very fun. Anything that's local is good, and for that reason, every month EcoCamp invites local handcrafters so that travelers can get to know their work and eventually buy their products. That's a way to enhance fair trade on a local scale, and we also sell local handicrafts in our gift shop door. The company also gets involved in bigger community projects. EcoCamp supports inclusive tourism and partnered with an organization called Wheel the World to allow disabled travelers to explore the trails of Torres del Paine National Park. The wheelchair is at EcoCamp and we want to use it as regularly as possible. EcoCamp also supports inclusive tourism for blind travelers, and that's only the beginning. Actually, we like to get involved with partners who have a cause we consider important. EcoCamp partners with Torres del Paine Legacy Fund, an organization that supports projects in the park like trail restoration or recycling. We have lots of people amongst our staff who regularly volunteer with them for the well-being of the park, and we propose travelers to donate. We also partner with AMA, an organization that aims to grow baby lenga trees to replant them after a couple of devastating fires. Because we believe acting together makes a much bigger impact. We want travelers to feel connected at EcoCamp. That's why we do not provide Wi-Fi and promote digital detox. That's a cool way to see how happy they are when they connect to each other and enjoy the beauty of the place. And we like to teach them some eco-tips, so hopefully they can have an impact when they go back home too.
You see, EcoCamp works hard to reduce all its emissions, but we can't go to zero yet. And we know how global warming has a huge impact on Patagonia's climate and glaciers and jeopardizes the future of Torres del Paine. So we offset all the CO2 we generate, vehicles gas, propane for water heating and kitchens oven, even the CO2 we generate in our Santiago and Puerto Natales offices is calculated each year and offset. You can also help the planet by offsetting your own flight to Patagonia.
I hope you learned something cool, and if you get questions, you know to ask.